Yeah, just a quick review of Icy Hot Original Pain Relief Spray. So starting at the beginning, what's it for? I mean, why would somebody consider, using a product like this? Well, it's basically for like muscle and joint pain. So like if you have like, say, knee arthritis, or let's say, you spent Saturday afternoon gardening a couple hours more than you're used to. You wake up the next day like, oh my God, my back, what happened? Those kind of things, those kind of typical aches and pains we all get. So what's in it and how does it work exactly? Well, anytime you're considering using something like this, you need to ask yourself one question. What are the active ingredients? So what's an active ingredient? Well, it's any ingredient that has a direct biological effect or pharmacological activity in the body. So in other words, these are the ingredients in the product that really do the heavy lifting and make it work. So in the case of Icy Hot Original Pain Relief Spray, the main active ingredient is menthol. So it's 16% menthol in it. And how does that work? Well, basically menthol provides a cooling sensation. And when you feel this cooling sensation, that kind of distracts you from the pain signals. So it kind of like overrides the pain signals. So the cooling sensation kind of trumps the pain signals. And then you get relief. So the next question is, do you get permanent or temporary relief from something like this? I think actually there are cases where you can get permanent relief by using this thing once or twice. Let's say, back to the example, if you're gardening, you did more gardening than you're used to, bending over, like say your back's killing you. If you have muscular pain in particular, you can get this pain spasm pain cycle going on. So in other words, like you have, the muscles are really irritated, so that causes pain. Then they spasm because of the pain. The pain causes more spasm. So really what you have going on is this pain spasm pain cycle. Now you can break that up with a product like this. And so you just use it, you get the relief, whether it's, a lot of relief or total relief. And then what that does, you use it once or twice, it breaks up that pain spasm pain cycle, and then the muscles in the body just kind of goes back to normal. So in cases like that, I think you can just use this a couple times and then you're fine. You get permanent relief. Unfortunately, a lot of aches and pains are chronic, long-term problems, and you kind of need a multi-pronged treatment approach. So let you do something like this in combination with something else, like say exercise. So going back to the example of gardening, you wake up the next day after a long day of gardening, your back wasn't used to that, your muscles are talking to you, and this continues on. Your back just hurts for a long time. Something else you can do is like exercise, like stretch your back out, strengthen your back. Those are things that actually will take a bite out of chronic pain. That's been proven in a lot of studies. But you can't do that yet because your back is hurting so much. So what you do for the back, for instance, you would put the spray on. Like you can't do any exercise because your back is just hurting you too much. You use the Icy Hot spray, and then you get some pain relief. Now it enables you to do exercises. So let me show you something like Treat Your Own Spinal Stenosis has this cool exercise in it. It's called multifidus. You can strengthen your multifidus muscle. So this is kind of an up-and-coming thing, the multifidus muscle. Just about any back problem you can name, like spinal stenosis, herniated disc, if you have arthritis in your back, if you have a spondylolisthesis, like a slippage of one vertebrae or another. Researchers are going around to people with these back problems, and they're finding that they have problems with their multifidus muscle. So for instance, if you have a herniated disc, like say your L4-5 on the right, pressing on a nerve, they find just the multifidus at that level, at L4-5, it's smaller than normal in a lot of cases. A lot of times if they stick it with an EMG needle, it's not conducting like it should. And likewise, they find if you do strengthening exercises for the multifidus muscle, then the pain goes away. So here again, you couldn't do them before, but here's that multi-pronged treatment approach. You use the Icy Hot, and that allows you to do exercise, and then after week by week you do the exercises, the back pain goes away because you've strengthened the muscles, you've gotten your multifidus back to normal. So a lot of stuff you can do if you know what to do. But yeah, here again, great product. Might get some permanent relief, or it might just use it to get you to able to do other things and get out of pain. So good product. Check it out.